All right, you just go back and, as poorly as we played in the first half defensively, we talk in terms all week about keeping your head in your gap and gap control defense, and the guy's very patient runner. He takes the ball multiple places and do your job, and we got guys jumping out of gaps trying to make plays, not lack of effort, not lack of want to, but not very smart and just discipline and doing what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. And we come back in the second half and do that. We didn't make any changes. We didn't call anything different. There was absolutely nothing different as far as what we did defensively. You turn the ball over 4 times. You have 11 penalties as a team. Field position in the second half offensively really hurt us. Give Kentucky credit. They got a good football team. We said it all week. We self-inflicted a lot of issues for ourselves. But, again, you give Kentucky credit. Injury-wise, Eldridge Thompson didn't make the trip. He's got a shoulder. I'm not sure of the severity of that, but was not going to be able to play in the game. Jake Bentley's got a knee. I think he's fine. Jemias has got a shoulder. I don't know much about that. JT Ebay's got a knee. I'm not sure on that. Brian Everett has an ankle sprain, and Tyson Williams has had an ankle since the last ball game, and we traveled and would be a game-time decision on him, and he didn't play. So I'll open up for any questions.
We're looking at some of the first quarter, a lot of, wolfing after plays and there's a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties. Is that just practically maybe too keyed up for the game, or guys just?
I don't know. There's 22 penalties for the game. It's a bunch.
How hard is it to just time after time keep coming back from those self-inflicted wounds, whether it's?
Well, give our players credit. They continue to fight and play hard in the game. We don't play very smart at times, but continue to give effort. And what the effort wasn't the question. We got to play smarter, and we cannot continue to kill ourselves with turnovers. We haven't done that, and we're really hurting ourselves this year in turnovers.
Coach, can you talk about your team's discomposure during the game? I know it was a lot of talking in between plays. I guess how do you think you kind of handle that?
Well, we need to play between the whistles. That's the bottom line. We need to just play between the whistles. That's what tough competitors do. They don't run their mouth.
What was your message for the team after the game?
Well, we're going to watch the film and be extremely disappointed in a lot of self-inflicted issues. Again, I'm not taking any credit away from Kentucky at all. They played well. They're well coached. They got a good team. But we hurt ourselves. You go the first third down of the game, you drop the dig. It's first down, and we're moving the chains. We dropped the ball. How many drops we had tonight? 6, 7? I don't know. Big plays too. I can't catch it for them. They got to catch the ball. That's what our own scholarship for. They got to catch the ball.
Well, you mentioned the competitors not running their mouths. Does that got to come from within the team about
It's going to come from me. It's been talked about, so it would be obviously not good enough. We'll address it. There's 22 penalties in the game. I don't know.
Lots of slow starts in some of these big games over the course of the last couple of years. Can you attribute that to anything specific? Can you trace some of that stuff back to?
No.
Coach, anything that you're encouraged about? You guys were able to run the ball a little bit tonight.
Yeah, we were able to run the ball. We had I don't know how many we ended up with. We don't count the sack yardage in our run totals. We ran the ball, got good movement against a good team. So again, I'm not displeased at all with that. You kill yourself with turnovers. The second half field position really hurt us offensively. We ran the ball well. I don't have any issue with that.
What you said, Jake's interceptions, are just poor decisions?
What's that?
Jake's interceptions, was that poor decisions?
I'd have to go watch the tape right now. I don't want to make a comment that I'm not sure I'm making the correct comment.
Will, did Jemias leave the stadium to go?
No, he's here.
Do you expect Jake to be available next week?
Yes,
Brian Edwards?
I believe so. But I'm getting way ahead of myself in saying that. So.
Well, Ortre was dressed out. Was that just a case of he thought he could get
Emergency
through one more?
situation, possibly playing the game. He'll have surgery next week.
So he won't play next week.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the drop passes on offense. How much of those self-inflicted wounds were missed tackles on defense?
The drop passes, what they have to do with missed tackles?
No, I'm talking about the defensive mishaps. You said the mishaps.
You said self-inflicted wounds.
Self-inflicted
How much of that
wounds.
was missed tackles?
Well, I think when you put yourself out of position to make the play, and you're an edge setter, and you should set the edge of the defense, and you set a good edge, and then you want to duck inside because it's an inside zone, and now all of a sudden the ball's on the perimeter for a 24-yard touchdown run. It's not very smart football. We did that in the second half. We didn't do it in the first half. I don't know why. There's no adjustments were made. nothing that was called differently. So we just got to continue to go back and coach them better. That's on me.
Is some of that maybe guys getting big eyes, trying to make a little too much of a play, getting a little too excited? Or?
No, just not being very smart.
Do you anticipate having trouble getting them back from this?
No, we'll be fine.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you.